Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love biblical history, archaeology, and incredible discoveries, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And of course, share this with friends and family, because what we're about to reveal is simply mind-blowing. In part 1, we uncovered some of the most astonishing biblical discoveries, from lost cities and hidden inscriptions to mysterious artifacts that connect directly to Scripture. But here's the thing, there's still so much more to uncover. Have you ever wondered, what other ancient sites might confirm the Bible's accounts? Could there be even more hidden evidence waiting to be discovered? How do these findings change our understanding of biblical history? Comment below, what was the most surprising discovery from part 1? And what are you hoping to learn in this new episode? Get ready, because in part 2, we're diving even deeper, with new findings that could challenge what we thought we knew about ancient civilizations and biblical narratives. Let's begin this next journey into history and faith. Caution in archaeological claims, the importance of scientific validation. In archaeology, not everything is as it seems. While new discoveries can be exciting, history has shown that rushing to announce findings without proper validation can lead to serious mistakes. Scholars and researchers must follow strict scientific methods to avoid misinformation. Why do archaeological claims require caution? Scientific integrity. Every discovery must go through peer review and laboratory analysis to confirm its authenticity. Risk of misinformation. Premature announcements can lead to false conclusions, misleading both academics and the public. Damage to reputation. Some archaeologists have had their careers ruined due to hastily publishing claims that were later disproven. The case of the fake Darius inscription. A hiker found a pottery shard with Hebrew letters and brought it to experts. At first, scholars believed it contained a 6th century BC inscription referring to King Darius. The media quickly spread the news, calling it a major biblical discovery. However, a professor later recognized the writing as something she had created as a classroom demonstration. This mistake could have been avoided with proper testing before publicizing the find. How do experts verify discoveries? To confirm authenticity, archaeologists use scientific techniques such as heavy checkmark patina analysis, examining the layer of organic material accumulated over centuries on artifacts. Heavy checkmark thermoluminescence testing, determining the last time ceramics were exposed to high temperatures. Heavy checkmark carbon 14 dating, measuring organic remains to establish historical timelines. Final thoughts. This case serves as a reminder of the importance of patience in archaeology. Every claim must be carefully studied to ensure that the truth, not excitement, drives historical discoveries. Scientific methods in archaeology. How discoveries are verified. Archaeology is more than just digging up ancient artifacts. It is a precise science that relies on advanced techniques to confirm the authenticity of findings. Recent technological advancements have revolutionized how we date and analyze ancient objects, helping to separate fact from fiction. The evolution of dating techniques. For years, dating artifacts relied on carbon-14 analysis, which measures the decay of organic materials to estimate their age. However, this method has limitations, particularly for dating objects that were exposed to fire or extreme conditions. To address these challenges, scientists now use heavy checkmark thermoluminescence testing, determines when pottery or ceramics were last heated. Heavy checkmark patina analysis, studies the natural aging layers on artifacts to detect forgeries. Heavy checkmark archaeomagnetic dating, measures the magnetic properties of burnt materials to determine their age and origin. The breakthrough in dating burnt structures. One major advancement is the ability to date objects burned at low temperatures, below 200 degrees Celsius. This is crucial for studying destroyed biblical cities, where structures were burned during wars. A recent case involved the city of Gath, mentioned in 2 Kings 12 verse 17, where the Aramean king Hazael reportedly destroyed the city. Critics previously dismissed this biblical account, claiming that Gath had no significant fortifications at the time. However, with new archaeomagnetic techniques, researchers confirmed that the site was indeed burned in Hazael's era, supporting the biblical narrative. Why do these methods matter? They allow researchers to distinguish between construction layers in ancient cities. They help avoid misinterpretations that could mislead historians and the public. They prove or disprove historical accounts, including biblical events. Final thoughts. Thanks to these scientific advancements, archaeology is becoming more accurate than ever. These methods are reshaping our understanding of history and validating details from ancient texts. Archaeology and biblical accuracy. How discoveries support Scripture. Many people believe that archaeology's primary role is to prove the Bible is true, but in reality, its greatest contribution is in providing historical context. Rather than searching for lost relics like Noah's Ark or the Ark of the Covenant, modern archaeology focuses on small but crucial details that align with biblical narratives. How archaeology confirms biblical accounts. Instead of looking for grand artifacts, archaeologists analyze heavy checkmark city structures and fortifications, confirming biblical descriptions of places like Lachish, Megiddo, and Jerusalem. Heavy checkmark ancient inscriptions, identifying names, dates, and events that match biblical records. Heavy checkmark economic systems, discovering how trade, taxation, and currency functioned in biblical times. The importance of small details. A great example is the city gates found in Gezer, Megiddo, and Hazor, which match the description of Solomon's fortifications in 1 Kings 9 verse 15. While skeptics once argued that Solomon's kingdom was exaggerated, radiocarbon dating confirmed these structures date back to his reign, strengthening biblical credibility. Another case involves monetary systems in ancient Israel. The discovery of a broken Persian silver coin in Judea showed that, before the standardization of currency, people used pieces of silver weighed on scales, just as described in the Bible when Joseph was sold for 20 shekels of silver, Genesis 37 verse 28. The risk of misinterpretation. Ignoring historical context can lead to misreading biblical texts. For example, understanding the political situation in Israel during Solomon's reign helps explain his construction projects and alliances. Knowing how ancient trade worked prevents modern readers from applying 21st century economic concepts to biblical times. Final thoughts. Archaeology doesn't just validate the Bible, it enhances our understanding of it. By uncovering the cultural and historical background of biblical stories, we gain a deeper appreciation for the scriptures. The discovery of the Amorite language, unlocking an ancient biblical dialect. One of the most groundbreaking linguistic discoveries in recent years is the deciphering of the Amorite language, a language spoken by one of the ancient peoples of Canaan mentioned in the Bible. What was found? A 30-year-old discovery in Iraq was recently re-examined, revealing a bilingual cuneiform tablet written in both Akkadian and an unknown Semitic language. After years of research, scholars identified the unknown language as Amorite, a lost dialect closely related to Hebrew. Why is this important? The Amorites were among the ancient peoples inhabiting Canaan when Abraham arrived, as mentioned in Genesis 15 verse 16. It is possible that Abraham himself spoke or interacted with Amorite speakers, making this discovery critical for understanding early biblical history. This is the first time scholars have been able to reconstruct full sentences in Amorite, giving us insight into how people in biblical times communicated. A discovery comparable to the Rosetta Stone. This breakthrough is being compared to the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, which allowed scholars to decode ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Similarly, the Amorite tablet opens new doors to understanding early Semitic languages and how they influenced Hebrew and other biblical dialects. Final thoughts. With the deciphering of Amorite, we are one step closer to understanding the language and culture of the people who lived during the time of the patriarchs. As more tablets and inscriptions are analyzed, we may soon uncover even more connections between ancient languages and the Bible. Comparison to the Rosetta Stone, a linguistic breakthrough for biblical studies. The recent discovery of the Amorite language is being hailed as a game-changer in biblical archaeology, comparable to the Rosetta Stone in its significance. Just as the Rosetta Stone helped decode Egyptian hieroglyphs, this new Amorite inscription is unlocking an ancient Semitic language that was previously unknown. What makes this discovery so important? The tablet found in Iraq contained both Akkadian and Amorite, allowing scholars to decode full Amorite sentences for the first time. The Amorites were one of the dominant groups in Canaan, meaning their language may have influenced early Hebrew. This discovery provides a direct linguistic link between biblical figures like Abraham and the local populations of Canaan. How does this compare to the Rosetta Stone? The Rosetta Stone, found in 1799, contained the same text written in 3 languages: Egyptian hieroglyphs, Demotic script, and Greek, allowing scholars to crack the code of ancient Egyptian. The Amorite tablet, while not as famous, has a similar impact. It allows researchers to reconstruct an ancient language that had been lost for thousands of years. This reshapes our understanding of the linguistic and cultural environment of the biblical world. What's next? Scholars are now analyzing more ancient texts to find additional Amorite inscriptions. This could lead to new interpretations of biblical names, places, and events based on linguistic connections. Understanding how Amorite influenced Hebrew may help clarify difficult passages in the Bible. Final thoughts. This discovery is a huge step forward in biblical studies, as it brings us closer to understanding how people in ancient Canaan communicated and recorded history. With more research, we may soon uncover even deeper connections between the languages of the Bible and its surrounding cultures. The significance of archaeology in faith and history. Archaeology plays a crucial role in deepening our understanding of biblical history and culture. Many assume that its primary function is to prove the Bible, but its true value lies in contextualizing biblical events, helping us see how and why things happened the way they did. Archaeology confirms more than just names and dates. While some discoveries confirm specific people, places, and events mentioned in Scripture, archaeology also heavy checkmark reveals cultural and societal structures that help us interpret biblical texts correctly. Heavy checkmark disproves misconceptions about the Bible being purely mythical. Heavy checkmark sheds light on forgotten civilizations that interacted with Israel. Example, the role of context in biblical interpretation. 80% of the Bible is historical, cultural, and geographical information, while only 20% is doctrine. Without historical knowledge, people risk misinterpreting biblical teachings based on modern perspectives. Example, understanding ancient Jewish customs helps clarify Jesus' actions and words in the Gospels. The danger of ignoring archaeological evidence. Some critics dismiss biblical stories as myths simply because evidence had not yet been found. However, time and again, new discoveries confirm what was once doubted. Example, cities like Nineveh and Jericho were once thought to be fictional, until archaeology proved their existence. Final thoughts. Archaeology does not just validate the Bible, it brings it to life. By uncovering historical truths, it helps believers and historians alike better understand the world of the Bible. Conclusion, stay tuned for more incredible discoveries. Wow, what a journey through history, faith, and archaeology. We've uncovered lost cities, ancient inscriptions, and groundbreaking discoveries that bring the Bible to life like never before. But guess what? This is just the beginning. And for sparkles, there are still so many mysteries waiting to be revealed, and with every new excavation, we get closer to understanding the past. What other biblical secrets might be buried beneath the sands of time? What lost artifacts could confirm ancient events? You won't want to miss what's coming next. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It helps us reach more people who love history and biblical archaeology. Share this with friends and family. Let's spread the excitement of discovering real history together. Drop a comment below. Which discovery amazed you the most? What biblical mystery would you love to see explored next? New videos are on the way, but we need your support to keep producing them. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. There's always more to uncover. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the incredible history behind the Bible. See you soon.